but it made a huge difference to her. She's so much more rideable. You know, she's so much more focused. You can take her away from home and she doesn't spend the first 10 minutes squealing and messing around. Like, she just gets straight on with her job, and her coat looks unreal. You know, she shines so much that you'd probably have to put your sunglasses on to look at her in the field. And she's really happy in herself, and she's a really sweet mare before, whereas... So my name's Georgina Beesley. I'm based in Croom, Limerick. So I've been in Ireland for nearly 5 years now. I came over for a year from the UK during COVID, and I never went home. And then I set up probably about 2 years in, and I've been doing it ever since. So we're primarily a sort of breaking and producing yard, I suppose. Do anything from 4-year-olds to older horses. We sort of any, you know, sales or any form of production, competition livery. I'd ride a few ponies for people because I'm quite small. I can get away with riding the smaller ponies. You know, if they need a stronger rider for the kids to compete and bits and bobs like that. So a mixture of everything. Yeah, roughly 15. It can sort of go up and down a little bit, depends on the time of year and sales and bits and bobs, but we'd normally have around 15 horses. So this is Chilli. We call her Chilli for the obvious reason. And we are going to try and aim for the RDS this year, and fingers crossed we get qualified. So yeah, with a bit of help from Precision Microbes on keeping ahead in the game. I was actually doing my usual flicking through Instagram while I was eating my dinner at night, and I'm probably the type of person that I can't really sit down and focus on something. So if you asked me to read up about a product, I wouldn't have the concentration to do it. But I think because, you know, you were sitting eating your dinner and you were just listening to you know, them talk about Precision Microbes on Instagram or social media, it kind of caught my eye straight away as such, and especially because obviously it's formulated by a vet. It sort of puts your mind at ease that you're actually feeding something that's useful. There's a lot of supplements out there that I suppose you don't know if they work, and it's one of those you have to buy it and try it. But I think because it's, you know, vet related, it makes you a bit more confident in what you're doing and what you're feeding. I've always thought to myself, and I've always said, if a horse isn't happy on the inside, they're not going to be happy on the outside, and they're not going to perform for you. And especially when you get sports horses that are, you know, they're bred with a lot of blood and they can be a bit sharp or reactive. And when you've got that many horses around as well, if you faced into 10 of those every day, you wouldn't stick doing the job. And I think you had to find a supplement that actually really worked. And then you feed it once and you're like, that actually really made a difference, so let's try it again on a different horse and a different one, and then before you know it, you've got 5 or 10 on the same thing. I noticed a big difference in this mare here. I suppose she's bred to do a job, so she's going to be a little bit sharp, I suppose. She was 4, we broke her and we turned her away for a break and she came back in, but it made a huge difference to her. She's so much more rideable. You know, she's so much more focused. Her coat looks unreal. You know, she shines so much that you'd probably have to put your sunglasses on to look at her in the field. And she's really happy in herself, and she's a really sweet mare before, whereas 100%, without a doubt, I would recommend it to anybody and everybody, and I'd be more than delighted if they made a supplement for me. Do the same thing, I'd say, if they made a human version.